Hello, I am back today with two new plates from MoYou London's Artist Collection, and I'm super excited about these because I love Keith Haring, and these are Keith Haring inspired designs. There are a few of their early plates that had some Keith Haring images on them, so I will list the numbers down below in the description box, so if you want to mix and match, you can. But what I'm going to show you today is Artist Collection 24 and Artist Collection 25. Oftentimes they will do XL and regular sizes of the different images. When my nails are longer, the regular images on these plates usually aren't quite long enough. I just cut my nails back, so these would fit just about perfectly right now, but as soon as I get a little bit of that extra length back, these are no longer going to fit. And for my thumb already, they're just not going to fit. So if I want full coverage, I need the XL plate, and if you want full coverage and you have larger nails or wider nails as well, you're going to want to get this XL plate. But I oftentimes will get the regular version as well, especially when it's a plate like this where they've got these little smaller images. So I may just want to get this, and that's going to fit, just fine. I don't need to worry about it covering my full nail. And one of the other things about the smaller images is, let's say, for example, with this one, you want to get as much of this circle shape represented as possible. If you have smaller nails, you may not be able to get the effect that you want off of the version on the XL plate. You may only be able to get just the smallest part, and you'll lose some of that detail with the female signs on there. So if that's the case, the regular may be right for you. Okay, so let's take a look at this side by side here. You can see that the version on the XL plate is bigger than the scale on the regular size plate, and the same thing here. This is the scale of the image is a little bit bigger than the scale of the image there. So maybe even if you have smaller nails, maybe you're going to prefer the larger scale of the image and decide that you want that, because of course that's going to cover either way. So then the same thing with this one. Your scale's a little bit smaller here on this plate, and again here just a little tiny bit smaller, so this is just going to be a little bit easier to read. And then there's a shot of those together as well, so you can see there. So these two right here, as far as I can tell, are exactly the same size. Same thing right here. This is pretty much exactly the same size on both plates. Now here's an interesting thing that I haven't seen them do before. So they created like a cartoon panel image here of the different ones that they have set apart on this plate. So we've got our little dancing dog there. And then the same thing with this one. And not everything that's in these two panels actually is on the other plate. So this image here that reminds me of like Shiva because it looks almost like this guy has multiple arms. He's not on this plate, at least that I can see. So you actually are getting a little bit of bonus content on here, but then you've got like these guys tangled up and this like skateboarder guy here that are not on the XL plate. So there's actually a fair amount of difference in between these two plates. And then of course here is that baby image, the jumping people, and you can see here that the panel's a little bit wider, so there's a little bit more detail. It goes off past where it's cut off more on here. Your heart panel, your jumping guy here. So, and those seem to be the same scale too. So on this one, you've got a couple of extras, like this little dog barking and like this guy, little guy flying. These two together, which I love this image. It almost has a Celtic knot feel to it. I love it. This guy here who looks, in my mind, like he's opening a Valentine. And then these two kind of, I don't know, they're like breakdancing or something together. Love it. I'm glad I bought both because I both like the idea of like putting these on the tips of my nails just, alone one by one, but then also having the option to do them in like this cartoon style format as well. So how do you use images like this? One easy way is just solid color over solid color. So black over white, which would of course play into the comic feel. Black over red, especially if you're playing with the ones with hearts. I think another really cool thing is to either lead light or do reverse stamping. Like I would stamp this, you could do this white over black or black over white, but just have this, the heart colored in red. Or you could, maybe with this guy, you could pop him out in purple over white and black, or you could have it done in shades of pink and pop him out in purple. One of the cool things about this particular image is, I think it looks really cool, like as a scene on the tip of the nail. And of course, you know, if you wanted to turn it into a sort of exaggerated French tip, you could do that as well. That could be kind of a cute look. I think to go in, for example, on this and just color in one of these guys would be a really cute look. I stamped black over white on all of your nails except for one where you just color him in red, or even like a beige. Don't forget to play around with that. That would make a very cool sort of girl power mani with the female symbols coming off in a half moon. Same thing, like if you wanted it to be a funky French, you could play around with that as well. And then of course, if you wanted an exaggerated half moon, I think that could be really, really cool, especially if you went in and put a different color over that, over the top, like maybe lead lighted a different color over the top. That could be almost like a negative space French tip mani. That could be cool. So for these, one of the cool things that I think that you could do is, you know, maybe stamp this in, let's say that you had a blue mani, you had a light blue, stamp this in a slightly darker blue, and then sprinkle a few of these in black over and give it sort of a layered graffiti on graffiti look. I think that could be fun too. On the XL plate, we have 1.5 centimeter wide, just over 2 centimeters tall. Where on the regular size plate, we have 1.5 centimeters tall and 1.2 centimeters wide. That equates to just under 1/2 inch wide and just over 1/2 inch tall. Where on the XL plate, this is just over 3/4 inch tall, 1/16 inch over 1/2 inch wide. And just to give you a feel for how big those other images are, there's a shot next to the roller, and I will have still of this on my blog. All right, for my stamping test, I am going to use Sally Hansen Insta-Dry in Navy Fleet, and I am going to use my crystal stamper. Perfect. Gorgeous. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I picked up a little weird at the top. That's my fault. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay, let's try 24. And you can see how that regular size just will never fit my thumb. There you go. How cute is that? So adorable. Very cool. Gorgeous. And that heart fits really well. I kind of wiggled it when I was applying because I'm going fast, but that heart fits very well on the nail. I'm very pleased with that. Little skater guy. Whoosh. Gorgeous. And very nice. So, top notch as always. I will link everything down below, and thanks for watching.